All right, everybody, day 22 of my semi-automatic handgun collection, and today we have another manufacturer's take on Browning's design of the high power. This time, it's FN. The difference between this one, the Fabrique Nationale, or however you pronounce it, I'm not French, obviously. The difference between this one and the one I showed you yesterday is this one actually works, and always has worked right out of the box. Now this one is also 9mm. This one here has a 13 round magazine, which is an odd number for a magazine, plus one for a total of 14 rounds of 9mm. You can, however, get magazines with different capacities. Now you can tell this is one of the old school magazines because it has the little lever right there, that little spring-loaded lever. That's to help with ejection. You push that in, that is compressed down, and then when you hit the mag release, that thing shoots out of there. Much like his 1911, this gun is single action only. It can be carried cocked and locked with the safety on. It has a manual safety. And then when you drop the safety, you can fire the gun. And if it's loaded, it'll recock and be ready to go again. Now this one is pretty much stock as far as all the parts go. I really haven't changed anything on it. It still has the original mag release, the original safeties, the original slide release. I didn't even change the hammer, which is something I almost always do. I didn't even change the sights. It has the original just white line sights on both the back and on the front. I did, however, make a couple changes to this gun. For one, these aren't the grips that are stock on it. These grips came from BH Spring Solutions. And if you look closely at the other side of them, they've actually got an engraving of old JMB on there, the designer of the gun. The other change I have made, which is kind of a major change, is the finish. Y'all might be thinking this one looks a little odd compared to most of the FNs. Well, it does, because this came high gloss. It was a very shiny gun when it came. I didn't like that look because it didn't look like it was blued. It just looked like it was painted with high gloss paint. So I refinished it. I just used some Wheeler's ceramic coat here and coated the whole gun. And I have to say, it turned out much nicer than that gloss finish that comes on it. And it's holding up very well. This gun's been to the range many times and it's not showing any real wear. The only place that there's even a little bit of damage is right here on this corner where my son put the magazine loose in the same sleeve the gun was in on the way back from the range, and it bounced around a little in there and put a little nick in that edge. That right there isn't enough to make me want to refinish the slide yet, but once it is, I'll just get the Wheelers out, coat it again. Oh, and before we go, I do want to mention that I did take out the mag safety. That actually makes the trigger function a lot cleaner. So if you have one of these guns, I do recommend taking out the mag safety. But since that is changing the function of the gun, that's totally up to you. Don't do it because I said to do it. So there you have it. Number 22 of my semi-auto collection, a gun I do highly recommend because it is an awesome gun. A single action, 9mm, FN, high power. That's been modified a little bit cosmetically, but as far as mechanically, it's just the way it came out of the box because they come out of the box nearly perfect.